Hey everyone, welcome to a new video here on the channel. So today we're continuing our Sierra chart tutorials, tips, and guides video. In my past few videos, we've only discussed how to work around with only one chart in Sierra. However, in today's video, we're going to look at how do we work with multiple charts at once in your chart book, how you can organize your charts, move them around, resize them, plus also how you can detach your charts so you can move them and use them in different monitors if you've got multiple monitors for your trading setup. Okay, so before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like. This helps the channel grow a lot, helps me to keep bringing you content and just growing the presence here of my channel on YouTube. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive right into the video. Hey everyone, so welcome now to the video and let's just dive right into it. So here we have our Sierra chart platform, the main window. Again, I'm using the same chart book that I've been using for the examples in past videos. I have a ES futures chart 5 minute from the CME and E-mini chart 5 minutes. I have the two studies that I put on it, which if you go to analysis studies, I have a price line set on it and I have a countdown timer. And again, if you click the studies and put hide and apply, you can just hide or show your studies as you want. Let me just move it back here. Okay, so we're gonna start with this. So on all the previous videos, we've been working with just one single chart. Now I'm going to show you how you can work with multiple charts on Sierra, whether you're using multiple of the same market or of a different market. And I'm going to keep it simple for now. I'm just going to go using time-based candlestick charts. I'm not really going to try to add any volume profiles or any market profile charts or footprints or more advanced things. That's for future videos in the series. I just basically want to teach you the basic concepts of using multiple charts in Sierra and how you control them. So when you have a single chart, obviously this is your main menu, this is your main screen, assuming you're only using one screen. But if you're using multiple monitors, you're probably going to know how to detach charts, which I'm going to go over here. So if I want to add another chart into my chart book here, which you can see it's on the top, this is sort of my main directory. ES Futures is what I called it. And this is where all my charts lay, which I just have one chart at the moment, the ES 5 minutes. So let's say I want to add another chart. I could go start a whole process of adding another chart like I showed on the first video, where I can go to file, I can put a find symbol, or I can just put new open intraday chart, and then in here I can just go, well, this is just going to look for files that I already had in my data folder. So I would actually just go here and put find symbol. And then this will take me to all the symbols available here on Sierra chart. I got an active CME market data. So I'm just going to go into the CME menu here into futures. I'll go to the E-mini. I'll put the June contract, which is the current one, and I'll put open intraday chart because I want a 1 hour chart. Close, and now you can see the chart is loading. And now I have an ES, it just opened a 1 minute chart on ES, and you can see it down here with the default name format that Sierra opens. What's the problem now? Well, the problem is I open a new chart, but it's a completely different format than what I had before, because this is the default format that Sierra always opens a new chart. So then I would need to start going again to chart settings, the graph draw types. I would have to go to the colors, the graphic settings, change all the things. If I want to just save time with this, I'm going to close this. Yes. What I like to do when I want to add new charts, usually I would just want to keep the same format, and a lot of times I want to keep the basic studies or indicators that I have, which in this case is the price line, which doesn't come standard when you open charts, and the timer for the candle close. So what I want to do is go to the tab for my chart, right click, and I put duplicate chart. And what you see, Sierra immediately just starts loading another chart exactly like the one I had. And I got another ES chart, 5 minutes, with the same format of candlesticks that I had, same background and everything, colors, and the two indicators I had put in. If I would go and just hit duplicate chart to chart book, that would open a window asking me which chart book. As you can see, I only have one open here, so it's only going to show one. But if I had more, it would give me the option to choose a chart book, and I could mark this if I wanted to switch and go to that chart book. But so now we got two ES charts. Now this one, I want a 60-minute chart. So I'm just going to go up here, chart settings. Here on the settings for time, I'm just going to write 60 in the minutes tab, or I could just also type 60M on the keyboard, enter, and that will be a shortcut. And I want to go to advanced settings too, and I'm going to change the name to 60M. I hit apply. Okay. And now you can see I have an ES E-mini 60-minute chart, and the name also changed. I could also just right click and hit rename, and I could also just change the name as a shortcut like that. So now we got two charts. And now let's say I want to split the screen between these two charts. There's several ways you can do that. You can go up here. You can see you have, just like any window, an X to close it. This, if I want to minimize it, and you can see now this is minimized here, or I can click the middle to just see all the tabs that I have here. So I could just manually come here, move the screen around there like halfway, and now I have my 60-minute and my 5-minute chart. An easier way is, if you go to window, there's several settings you can have. If you put cascade, it just puts all the tabs you have sort of ordered like little tabs down. If I put tile horizontally, it splits it in two lengthwise. Vertically, splits it in two upright. If I put tile as grid horizontally, it just does like this. Tile as grid vertically, etc. If I put minimize, it'll just minimize the chart that I had highlighted here. Now let's say I want to open a third chart. Let's say I want to open a chart of Euro US dollar Forex 60 minutes, because I like to see correlations between the E-mini and the Euro US dollar. So I can just go to 60 minute here, right click, duplicate chart. Now you see we're opening a new chart here. I go here, I want to highlight it, so just click on it and you can see the header gets darker. Go to chart settings, and now the time frame is good, but where it says symbol, I'm going to go find. And there's also shortcuts for symbols with a keyboard, but those are a little more complicated. I just usually just go to the find symbol tab here. We'll go to Forex. This data is actually free on Sierra, the Forex data. click Euro US dollar, okay, apply. And now you can see I have a Euro US dollar chart. Obviously, I want to go here and rename it because this is no longer an ES chart. Hit enter. So now you can see I got 3 tabs. And if I want to organize them, let's say tile as grid vertically. Or no, let's do tile as grid horizontally. Now we have ES 5-minute here, ES 60 here, Euro 60-minute here. I can just grab them. I can move this around if I want. I can just, let's say I want to keep the Euro US dollar down here, and I want the ES 60-minute up here. Just like that. You know, you can just resize windows however you want, etc. And for the chart menus, whatever chart you have highlighted is the one that all these chart menus are gonna work with. You can also, I have, and I'll go over shortcuts later, but I can just right click here and I have a little shortcut here for my toolbar for chart settings. So I can just quickly just access the chart settings for each specific chart here. Now, how in this case, sometimes you'll find this where, for example, if you go to chart, you can see you have 3 options here. It says short title bar, scroll bar, menu. You can take this off if you want to save space on your charts. So for example, let's say I want to take those things off of the ES 5-minute chart. Highlight it, go to chart, take scroll bar off. So now the scroll bar is gone. For me, I never use the scroll bar because I just click and drag my charts. Then you can go chart, take off the title bar. Now the title bar disappears. So now you can see we no longer have this tab up here saying Euro US dollar. All this is just like a little frame here that you can still just grab and move around. And if you take off chart menu, well, nothing's going to happen because the chart menu shows if you have the title bar set. But again, if you just click here to activate it and go to chart, show title bar, now you're going to show the title bar here. And again, this is just preferences. If you want to look at cleaner, if you want to save some space and just take off some of these things, it'll just give you a little more space on your charts. And now the last thing we're going to go over, how do we detach and attach charts here? So it's very, very easy. You just, let's say I want to detach the Euro US dollar chart from this screen because I have multiple monitors and I want this in another monitor. What I do here is I click on it, make sure it's active. I go to window and I click detach, attach. Now you can see it's disappeared because it's actually now on one of my other monitors here that I have on the bottom. And if I bring it up, now you can see how I have the Euro US dollar chart and it's just detached. I can just move it away and out from the screen. If I try to move one of these away, you can see I can try to push it out, but it's not going to let me go out because it's attached to this main screen and this monitor. I can just bring this down here. If you don't see your chart here, is because it's just behind this other charts here on Sierra. So you would just have to either minimize Sierra here, or I can show you this because my screen recording software is actually just on my top right monitor. But if I go here to my main monitor on my computer, you can just put your mouse over the Sierra chart icon on your taskbar or your taskbar here, programs, and a bunch of little screens are gonna come up here and I can just click Euro US dollar and now it just brings it back up here. Okay, and then now here, if I want to have this screen, if you see, if I click outside, it just disappears again. So if I want to have this screen always on top, I just go to Window, I click always on top. Now you can see it's checked. And now if I click anywhere on this screen, this window is not going anywhere. So I can just minimize it, and let's say I want to keep it down here, just tucked away here, like minimize like this. I can just have it there, always on top. And now I can just work here and just have this over here like that. If you don't have the chart detached, then this is not going to work, because let me attach this again here. So as you can see, if I just try to have this over here, if I just click here, it just disappears. And now I just need to click the tab to bring it again. If I click, it disappears. So the only way to have this over here like that is go to Windows, Detach, Attach, click always on top, and now Window, always on top, and now this is not going anywhere even if I click somewhere else. If in this chart, if you go to chart and you click show menu, you can see that the menu disappears. If this happens to you, let's say by accident you took away the menu and you're just trying to recover it, what you do is right click over the title here on the chart, and you can see it says show menu. Click on it, and now you got your menu here again for this chart, for all your options here. If you take off the title bar, you can see now you actually have a little more room to navigate. Only issue with that is it's kind of a little trickier to click somewhere that's not the tab but is still inside to move it, because you can click here, or if you try to click here, you can see I can expand it. If I click here and I try to move this, nothing happens. I gotta go like in between these little tabs, and then I can move it around. So, you know, if you want to save space, this is a good thing to do. But if not, I suggest just leaving the title bar on, so you can just move this easier. And then if you just want to recover this again, you go Window, Detach, Attach. And if you want to automatically organize it, Window, Tile, you can cascade them to see every window you have, or just, let's say, tile vertically or tile horizontally, and now you got all your charts organized again. Okay, so, and if you just, let's say you don't want to have this chart again anymore, just click the X, remove. Now you have two charts. Let's say you put tile vertically, and now you can split them in two, and you know, you can detach one, you can move it to another screen. You can maximize or minimize them here if you just want to work full screen with each one. And just recover it, etc. So just Window, tile vertically, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so anyway, I hope this video has been helpful, guys. So again, this is just how you can work with multiple charts, how you open multiple charts, and how I like to clone my charts, so they just import all the same graphic settings, all the same type of layout of candlesticks or whatever I'm using, and all the studies or indicators that I already have. It just saves me a lot of time. And I just explain how you can play around and add or take away scroll bars or menus on your charts, and how you can play around with your window settings to organize them on your screens, how you can always have them on top, and how you can work with multiple monitors in different screens. Okay, so I hope this has been useful, guys. Again, please make sure to subscribe, hit that like button so the channel can keep growing and I can keep bringing you more content in the future. I have a lot more videos planned here for my Sierra guides and tips series. If you have any questions or comments regarding this or other feature requests or questions you have with Sierra, leave them in the comments below, and I'll make sure to make videos in the future addressing those. Okay, so thank you very much. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.